Hello all and welcome to Well Crochet. My name is Mary and today I'm coming to you with Tip Tuesday. Yay! It is the second Tuesday of the month here at Well Crochet, and on the second Tuesday of the month I bring along some of the quick tips that I have learnt throughout my years of crochet, which is like, 100 years, right? Exaggerating by a few million, of course, but lots and lots of tips I have. Today I'm only going to pass on a few and hopefully they might be able to help you as they've helped me as well. So thank you for joining us, and by the way, don't forget guys, the giveaway is happening this Sunday. If you have not subscribed to our channel, if you have not left a message on Sunday's vlog, and I will pop the link to the vlog in the description box down below. Don't forget to do that as soon as possible, because in about what day are we doing? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 5 days time, we'll say 4 sleeps. 4 more sleeps, I'll be drawing our prize. Yay! Prizes, there's 3 prizes, third, second, first. I don't know why I got onto that, guys. We're talking about tips today. Okay, tips. Oh my gosh, I have a lot of them. But today I'm going to focus on just a few. Now, a few main ones that I've used recently, and I say recently up to at least even a week ago, and some 3 days ago, okay? And I'm going to explain the one that's 3 days ago, the 2 that are 3 days ago. One of them was, and I actually made a love heart bookmark for Valentine's Day. I know, right? It's coming up. What are we on today? It's very close. If you have made your Valentine's bookmark with us, and by the way, if you haven't, I've also left a link in the description box down below on how to make this very quick and easy, by the way, guys. If you have made it and you found it kind of curves a little bit bendy on the bottom because it's quite thick, the bottom part, then you need to actually wash and block your bookmark. A lot of people say, oh, washing and blocking. Really? We're doing this? Yes. It works. It helps straighten everything out, and I haven't washed and blocked it, and you can see a tiny little curve right there. When I wash and block, not only will it be straighter, but your heart will be gorgeously flat as well. Mine's kind of flat now anyway, so I'm not too worried, but when you wash and block, it sits perfectly. And actually these little tail ends as well, if you wash and block, you can actually pin down the bottom of the tail ends, and you'll find that they'll actually sit nice as well. So yes guys, washing and blocking, a very big tip coming from me, because I wash and block everything I make, everything. The items do not leave Well Crochet without being washed at least once, sometimes twice, and blankets 3 times. The reason I wash blankets 3 times is because, okay, let me explain blankets. If you're making granny squares, I wash and block each square once they are made. Then I crochet them all together or sew them together or whatever it is, however we put them together. Then I wash and block it again once it's all put together. Then I do a border and then I wash it again. I only block that part of the blanket at the end because I usually just pop it down on my blocking mat to dry anyway. But once you wash and block a border on a blanket, you'll find that it sits better and it's clean. It leaves your premises clean. And people say, oh, but I always keep it in a bag and I always wash my hands before I start. Yes, that is true. But it's not always the case. You have it on your lap could have dog fur on it, cat fur on it. Your lap could have dirt on it. You don't know. When you're making a blanket, it's all over you, it's all over the couch you're sitting on, your armchair, your table, wherever you're sitting. I'm sure there could be a little speck of dust and things. So wash and block things, guys. They do straighten them up, okay? Easy tip, that one, very easy tip. And a big tip, guys, which I should have learnt my lesson on, and this week it failed. This is the second item that failed for me because I did not follow my own tip. Now that is, for those of you who know, we've also started our granny square blanket, our large granny square blanket, using the 2 colours. And yours truly has put up part 1. I think part 2 will be going up in a couple of days. Very exciting. Maybe before our giveaway, which is good. Now the tip was, and still is, which I should have followed and I didn't. When I finish a row, and as you can see, I've only got 1 double crochet in that spot. I should have 3. I would have put 3 and I wouldn't have joined it yet because I was going to join it with you guys at the end of the row. Now, I put it down, okay? Touched, pulled, played, moved it around, it happens, and it's come undone, okay? If you are in the middle of something and you want to walk away from it and someone picks it up, moves it around and it comes undone, what you do is you finish off your stitches. I'll do the 3 just for fun. These are the last one. You pull up a loop, yes. You grab a stitch marker. You pop it in the loop, if I can get it in the loop. There you go. And you just pull your tail end. That's not going to come undone. It's ready and waiting for you. You can toss it around as much as you like. That stitch marker will hold it in place. That is a quick tip, which yours truly did not follow herself this week and got caught out. Small tip, but it's a tip that, you know, it's wasting time, you know, if you're doing something and then you pick it up and have to repeat it. It's just a waste of time. This way, you just pick it up, you take, speaking of which, let's try it. You take out your stitch marker, like so, and just do another double crochet right there, okay? Now, I don't need 4 double crochets, I only need 3, so I'll take the 4th one out, pop my stitch marker on the top of that 3rd one, and there you go. That's not going to come undone. It'll be perfect for you when you come back and pick it up in a week's time, or 2 days, or 10 weeks, or 5 years. It won't come undone. And that's one of the tips that I should have used this week, which I didn't, and so that's a naughty from me. All right, guys. So that's a second tip today. We have quite a few tips, and that's number 2. We are going to start with number 3. Now, number 3. Those of you who know me know that I love working with Caron cakes, and especially this is my favourite colourway. The colourway is, I believe it was, I always forget the name of it. Oh gosh, red velvet. Now, gee, I wonder why. Red, oh, hello. Yes, red's my favourite colour, as you all know. So the colourway is red velvet, and sometimes I like to use the red and the brown from this colourway separately. And I think I really can't find a red and a brown in those particular colourways. So what I do, and I do it often because I can, is I undo the skein and I cut the colours that I actually want at the time. And when I undo the skein, I pop it all in a plastic bag. I take the label off, and I can't take it off this one because this one's going out to shipping. I take the label off, I pop it on the bag, I write how many grams each colour has. So I weigh, say that creamy colour, I weigh it, and if it's like 6 grams, I say 6 grams. I know with 6 grams I can do the first row of a granny square, so it'd be great to use that if I need that colour. So I'll label the red one, and I'll write on the plastic bag, which I haven't done yet because I haven't finished. I write on the label on here and I say 30 grams red, 12 grams green, whatever, the colours that are in there. And then I lock it away, and in 6 months' time I think, oh, where's that red? I lock it away in an area where all my Caron cakes are. So all of the Caron cakes will be in a row. I'll have a separate tub, small tub, like, oh, let's have a look. This is too big, but let's just, for argument's sake, think about a tub that's half the size, all right? I'll have a small tub, and I will put all these bags of odds and ends from the Caron cakes in that small tub in a small section behind the Caron cakes. So all your Caron cakes are lined up in a row like that. Right behind it is a little tub with all the ends. So if I need just say 5 grams of the red, I take all of them out, or I just have to actually bend over and reach at the back. Pick up the tub, pull out the red I need, cross it off, pop it back there, and then pop your Caron cakes back. So they're little tips that help you through yarn. Now, I don't like throwing away yarn, so I have bibs and bobs of it everywhere. And occasionally I do what we call culling. And culling is literally throwing out things, like it's getting rid of it, it's emptying that space, throw it all out. I don't throw it. What I do is I cull it and I give it away to charity, or I know that there's a certain place that they teach crochet and knitting. If they need extra pieces of yarn, I pop them in there and they teach them with those spare yarns. So I never really throw anything out. But that's not the tip. The tip is the bag. Label all your little odds and ends, pop it in a bag, pop the amount that you have, whether you say, I have 1 skein of this and 2 skeins of that and whatever. I measure by grams because I know grams, I know how to work with grams. I've always worked with grams. I've never really worked with meters. I've always worked with grams. So guys, that's another tip that you need to know for your crochet. The other tip that you need to know for your crochet, let's take, oh gosh, the spider. Can you believe this? I think it's dead. I can do this. Let's take, for argument's sake, the recent mishap I had of over ordering yarn. We could call it a mishap. I have to call it a mishap. Now, there's a whole pack of this. There's like 20 skeins and I only really needed 10. But I needed 10 of 2 colours and I bought 20 of 2 colours. So I got 40 skeins of this yarn. So what I've decided to do is, there's my tub, okay? It's a big tub. You need a big tub, okay? Tossing all the skeins in there, however you like to pop them in. A little bit neater than I've done. So you just, I don't know if you can see that there. Sorry guys, you just sort of straighten it up. Gorgeous cotton, by the way. 4-ply cotton from, it's a sheepy's Katona, by the way. If you're not sure about the sheepy's Katona, I did do some information on it on Saturday or Sunday. And you just pack it there. You get the other colour, which just reach down and grab it. That's the other colour, and you pack it on top. Actually, what I usually do is put the colours in one section. I don't know if you can see that, guys. I'm hoping you can. All right. Okay. I write down on the lid, which I had a minute ago. I just got so scared from that spider. Here we go. I write down on the top of the lid how many skeins of yarn are in the box, what I wanted to use it for, and how many I've already taken out, like, you know, exactly where I put it. And I label it 1 because when I'm doing my work, I have my bag of, I wonder if I've got it here. No, this one here. I'll show you this one for argument's sake. That's something I'm making at the moment, just trying to design at the moment. It's a little bit messy, so don't look at it. And what I do is I have 3 skeins on this colour. Actually, I've put one of these skeins in the, in the giveaway this Sunday as well. So I've popped it in here. The tub that has the other skeins, I've popped it as 2 because I've already got 1 here. I've got 2 in the tub. I'll mark this as pattern number 2 because this is the pattern I'm working on currently. It's hard to explain in that area. That's a whole new tutorial in itself. I'll do that again one day. But always label your gear, whether it's in a plastic bag, whether it's on a tub, whether it's somewhere around your house, put it in something and label it, because in 6 months' time I'll say, I don't know what I bought that for. I can't remember what I bought that for. Not that I buy impulsively. A bit. So label, label, label. That is your best tip. Also, guys, another big tip that I have, and this is a pretty big tip for me, and a lot of people laugh at me when I do this. And they say to me, why don't you just join up to Ravelry or somewhere where, you know, you could write your patterns down there. Maybe I could do that. However, when I'm out at the shops, which I do often, I take my crochet with me. I go and have a coffee somewhere, sometimes to see humans, to see human faces. I leave the house, I go to a coffee shop somewhere, and my favourite coffee shop at the moment is a place called Spades in Glenroy. It's my local area, and I have a coffee there, and it's a beautiful place, and they have beautiful lunch as well. It's very nice. So I go to the coffee shop, I take out my gear, I start crocheting, and I take a break, have a sip of a coffee, and something comes to my head. All of a sudden I'm thinking pattern. Oh my gosh, I could make one of those. I'll think about doing it at home later. Then I go home later and I forget what I was thinking about. So that I don't forget, I open up my phone, start typing up as if I'm typing up a message on one of my messages. I take a photo, screenshot, and it goes straight into my screenshot album. I close the phone, put it away. When I get home, I open up the phone, get on the computer and bang, 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 type up what I wrote and delete the screenshot. Sometimes I just plug the phone into the computer and transfer the screenshot over because I can't be bothered retyping. So that's a really big tip from me because I do that all the time. It's my own tip. You don't have to use these tips. They are there if you need them. The next and very last tip is, it's not exactly a tip. It's a little thing that I do, and a lot of people call it insanity. Hey, if the shoe fits. No, when I'm out and about, if I've taken off somewhere and I've had to wait in the car for someone, I have in the glove box of my car a, what do I call it? You know, you see these things, break in case of emergency. I open the glove box in case of an emergency. In the glove box of my car is a project that just sits there. It never comes out of the car. It sits there. If I'm stranded somewhere and I'm stuck and I don't know what to do, I open up the glove box. I pull out this project. I never forget how to work it because I'm pretty much always in the car, driving places, doing things. It happens. It's what I do, right? So I've got to get out. I have to get out and I have to crochet at other places. And there are times when I've left a whole crochet bag at home and I thought, oh my gosh, how am I going to survive the day? I open up the glove box and there the little project sits. Now, I make the project, I know, it's a bit insane, right? I make the project easy so that when I do go out somewhere and people are talking at me and whatever else have you, or there's a bit of distraction with trains and buses and cars, I can make it something simple. It has to be something where I don't have to think, and it's usually a granny square something. Now, I don't have to do that at the moment. If I remember correctly, to bring my granny square blanket with me everywhere I go, because it's the granny stitch is very basic and it's easy for everyone to do. So, and it's easy to do while you are not even thinking. You're watching TV or, you know, it's mindless. So in the glove box of my car is a project of small granny squares. When I say small, they're 10 centimeters. Not really small, they're a good size. When that finishes, when I've finished all the squares, I take it out of the car, I start up a new project and I pop it back in the car and I take the other one out and I crochet the squares together and make them up into a full blanket. So that's not a tip. I just tossed that in for a little bit of fun. But thank you so much for watching, guys. And yes, we are having Tip Tuesday every second Tuesday of the month. So join me here next month for other tips. If you have any tips that you would like to share with us, pop them in the comment section down below. Guys, don't be shy. We have a lot of fun with our crochet. Sometimes I have a little bit too much fun, as you well know, and a little bit of comedy is coming up over the next few days. Be prepared. Can't be serious all the time. But Tip Tuesday, very, very important time of the month. You get all the information you need that will help you through your crochet projects. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like, share, all that jazz. And remember the giveaway this Sunday. Yes, don't forget to, don't miss it. Don't miss the giveaway, because the giveaway has 3 prizes, first, second and third. If you're not sure how to enter, I will leave the link to the giveaway link itself in a description box down below. It will be the very first link you come to, and then you'll see the links to the projects that I spoke of today. So guys, thank you so much for joining me on Tip Tuesday. Join me again on Friday for History Friday, which should have been done last Friday, but we're doing it this Friday instead. So join me for History Friday this Friday, and thank you so much for watching. And guess what, guys? Ciao for now.